Third down and 8 at the 19. Dazzo, big third down here. Back to pass. Going to have to dump it off to Snyder. Going to have to do a lot of work himself, and he's wrapped out of the line of scrimmage. That is Joey Falcone with the vicious hit. First time we've said Falcone's name tonight. And Baltimore's drive stalls out. They'll have to bring on the field goal unit and try to tie this game at 16. A field goal from 35 yards out is good. I was unaware you lost the connection. My apologies. It appears that we're back and working just fine. Baltimore ties the game with a 35-yard field goal. It's 16-16. And trust me, any issues you're seeing tonight was not what happened in the championship game. That was a total crap out at the end of the third quarter. We're happy that has not occurred tonight. 3 field goals for each side. Braun on the return from the 10. Oh, he took a smackdown at the 31. Wow. Could you have asked for a better game? 16-16. 4 minutes into the third quarter, with plenty of other action going on around the league, and we can't wait to get to the post-game show with all of you to discuss it. First down and 10 at the 31. Zuli drops back to pass, fires it over the middle. That pass is caught by Corky. Pickup of 8. Corky, a bit of a quiet night. 5 catches for 64 yards, but he's starting to heat up. Bishop does not have a catch in the second half.
Let's go. 2nd and 2 from your villain, 39 yards.
Second and 2 with the 38. Back to pass, Zuli. Lots of time, and Gage knocks it away. Incomplete, will bring up 3rd down and 2. Big third down here for the Dragons. They really don't have a lot of momentum, and Zuli's done a lot of the work on this drive and there at the end of the first half. Snowden's gone quiet. Zuli sidearm pass. That pass knocked away, nearly picked off. Spears, second chance that he's had tonight in an interception and couldn't come down with it. And the Dragons have to punt it away. They've just gone stone cold here in the third. Baltimore will get the ball.
Your villains are back to punt. Number 18 is deep to receive.
By the way, if you're trying to watch all 3 games at the same time, you're forewarned. Your internet's likely to do something funky. From the 23, Inzer up to the 26-yard line. So can the Crabs finally take their first lead of the game? It's been like pulling teeth with all these field goals, but both teams have done an outstanding job when they need their defense to step up. They have stepped up. That first drive of the half, as you look at the beautiful monument in the background here of Federal Financial Stadium. Gorgeous sight. Back to pass, swing it outside. Snyder has some space, breaks off a tackle, and they said he stepped out of bounds at the 31-yard line, pick up a 5. Snyder starting to get a little bit more active in the passing game.
Second and 4 from the Badgers, 32-yard.
6.5 to go in the third. Baltimore 16, DC 16, SFL game of the week. And Dazzo flips it. Oh, it's caught again! In traffic by Bishop. He's got 175 receiving yards tonight. And besides that one drop that would have been a touchdown, I mean, these are very difficult catches, taking some brutal hits. I believe, yeah, Trevelyan again. He is just coming up and popping people tonight. But Bishop holds on once more. 1st and 10 at midfield for Baltimore. Hand off Snyder, and Snyder met at the line of scrimmage. Nice job by Falcone. Rookie making a big play there. 2nd and 10. Haven't gotten to go through a lot of the lineups. So much going on tonight. Leroy Ambush and Joey Falcone, linebackers on this DC defense. DJ Greenwood and Dominique Porter are corners. Broderick Oakenshield and Cedric Trevelyan are the safeties. 2nd and 10 with 5:29 to go in the third. Tie game. Dazzo back to pass again. Wide open! Bishop down inside the 20, down to the 17. Again, Trevelyan saves a touchdown. Bishop is going nuts. Just nobody covering him. Greenwood coming up to cover the flat. And Bishop scot-free, nearing 200 yards. Back to pass, Dazzo. Dazzo fires short. Oh, another big hit over the middle. Ambush and Falcone double up on Imperato, but DC laying the major hits, but Baltimore just keeps hanging on for dear life. Ball at the 13-yard line. 4:40 to go in the third. Handoff Snyder. Snyder spin move. Got away from a second. And then Ambush and Oakenshield combined for the stop. There are the running back numbers tonight. Snowden has gone quiet. Snyder's just 35 yards. But it's shocking how little the Dragons have chose to run the football here in the third quarter. Out of the eye, 3rd down and 3. Big 3rd down here for the Dragon defense. Dazzo, 3-step drop, fires middle, pass caught by Imperato, and it's a touchdown, Crabs! A well-designed play. Baltimore has their first lead of the night here on the road in DC. Just a quick drop back here from Dazzo, and just nobody covered him. Wide open over the middle. Ambush was looking in the end zone and had no idea that old Chuck had escaped. That's the first touchdown of his rookie career, or rookie season. And what a job by the Crabs, down 13-3. Albeit early on, it looked a little grim for Baltimore. They had to punt twice. DC had scored on all 3 of their first possessions. And with 4:01 to go in the third, Baltimore has taken a 23-16 lead. It would be a pretty big accomplishment for the Crabs to come on opening night on the road against the defending champs. They raise their banner, and to come in and win as the Crabs kick it away. Still plenty of time left from the 11-yard line. Braun on the return up to the 29. .357 to go in the third quarter. Out of the eye, Zuli will hand it off to Snowden. Snowden will be wrapped up, a loss of 1. Still sitting at 134 yards. And let's get a game break from our SFL studios. Kyle Walsh, what you got?
The Air Desert offense, the hype is real. It's getting ridiculous now in the fourth quarter when West hits rookie tight end Jerome Logan for his first touchdown. It's 50-17. The pride's flexing its muscles. Now back to you, Cam.
Second and 10. Ball at the 29.
3:40 to go here in this one in the third quarter. Second down and 11 after a 1-yard loss from Snowden. That is unbelievable what Tallahassee has done to Dallas tonight. What a shocker there in the way that Tallahassee has beaten up Dallas. Oh, face mask at the end of that play. That's going to tack on some much needed yards for the Dragons. Just a silly penalty there for the Crabs.
Face mask, number 27.
Incidental face mask called on Eddie Gage. You'll see he grabs it right at the end here. And he didn't even have to because Snowden had already stepped out of bounds. That's a rookie mistake by a veteran. Glad to hear, Playmaker P.
First and 10. Ball at the 44-yard line.
Out of the eye. Zuli hands it off to Snowden. Snowden's got some room. Snowden makes a man miss. Beautiful run to the Baltimore 45-yard line. His best run of the quarter. Brown on the tackle. First down, DC.
First down, Villains.
Richard Snowden just has a knack for making people miss.
First and 10.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line for the Dragons, driving down a touchdown. Another close game with DC involved. Zuli back to pass. Wobbler. That pass caught by Revin. His second of the night. Picks up 9.
On the reception, credited with the tackle.
Corky's also been quiet here in this third quarter, but the Dragons on the move here, inching their way down the field. This has been a fantastic game. If you love good football, I mean, this has been a well-played ball game by both of these teams. Been fantastic to watch. Hand off to Snowden. He's got a first down, a lot more. Snowden past the 20. Richard Snowden beats Snowden to the 15-yard line. First down, 166 yards for Snowden. Just a hair under 10 yards a carry. First down, DC. Baltimore has really had a problem of defending those inside runs tonight. Snowden taking full advantage. On point.
First and 10.
3 receiver set. Empty backfield for Zuli, trying to make it happen. And down the middle, that pass is complete. Nice find for Zuli down to the 3-yard line. First and goal.
15 on the play. First down, Villains.
Tackle made by Butler, but Vickers makes the catch. That's his first of the night. Just over the Baltimore defense. And DC is 3 yards away from tying this one again.
First and goal from the Badgers, 2-yard line.
Out of the eye. Hand off to Snowden. Richard Snowden's got his second touchdown of the night. And DC is an extra point from tying the game.
2 yards on the play.
That was some answer by the DC Dragons. Extra point is good. And it's 23-23. Hang on to your hats. What a game.
More Villains are kicking off. Number 18, deep to the
From the 10. Inzer up to the 31-yard line. It's a final in San Francisco. The Cleveland Vipers, after going winless last season, they win their opener 21-17. Congrats to Ronnie Nickens and Chris Davis. Highlights of that game and post-game analysis as well coming up on the post-game show at the conclusion of this one. We got a long way to go here, tied at 23. Dazzo to start the drive, swings it outside. That pass is complete, stepping out of bounds. Baltimore's had some trouble with that tonight as well. Gain of 8. Dazzo, 337 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks on the road. Blair with that last catch.
Second and 1.
Mike Dazzo putting on a performance. Meanwhile, Elliott Snyder pretty quiet. Will we see a lot of him in the fourth quarter? Handoff to Snyder, and he got the first down. Took it back inside. Falcone on the tackle. Falcone has really been more involved here in the second half. It's got to be almost a handful of tackles here in the third quarter.
First and 10 from the Badgers, 42 yards.
Coming up on the end of the third, 1st and 10 of the 42. Back to pass, deep ball, Dazzo, out dead, caught it, first down to the 37. Baltimore is taking a lot of shots tonight, and DC, who did a decent job earlier tonight, having some trouble in the third quarter. That's the end of the third. Baltimore 23, DC 23. This is the SFL Network.
First and 10.
Start of the fourth quarter, handoff to Snyder. And Snyder wrapped up a 2-yard loss. Trevelyan has been an excellent tackler tonight for DC. Snyder, 10 carries, 35 yards tonight. Very unlike the man who missed 4 games last year with a leg injury. In the games he played in, 60 carries, 307 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Second down and 12, check down. Snyder got some running room, but again, DC quick to the football. Trevelyan was nearly there for another tackle. Greenwood makes it happen. Third down and 9.
Third and 8. 35 yards.
10-10 to go. Three wide receivers for Dazzo. Back to pass. Mike swings it out left side. Caught out that. Trying to turn a corner. He didn't get the first down. 4th and 1. Shoved out of bounds at the 28-yard line. And let's see what cojones Baltimore has. Do they try to go for it or take the long field goal to extend the lead? These are when games are won and lost, folks. And they're going to take or try to take the points from 44 yards away on the left hash. And the 44-yard kick for Baltimore is on its way and good. 4 for 4 tonight on field goals for the Crabs to Bucky Starr. And the Crabs have regained the lead here on the road, 26-23.
Are set for the kickoff. Number 10, set for the return.
We've got a final in Florida. Dallas made it close late, but it wasn't pretty. Dwayne Lane has a career night. We'll have more on that on the postgame show as the Tallahassee Pride get their first win of the year. We'll see what adjustments the Dallas Law can make. They're going to be on SFLN 1 with us next Thursday against their new rival, the Oklahoma City Renegades, who play Sunday against Santa Fe. We'll first look at Nick Hardcastle in action in prime time. Alexander Brown knocks away the ball and Corky to the ground on that incompletion, 2nd and 10. Alexander Brown has had a really good night. Corky has been quiet. He's got an interception. He has really been playing some good football. He was featured on the SFL blog as a player to watch. And you can read those articles at simulationfl.com.
2nd and 10 from your villain, 28-yarder.
9:25 to go. 2nd and 10, Zuli back to pass. Zuli swings it out left, pass caught by Bostwick. He makes the man miss, and Bostwick gets all the way to the 43-yard line for another Dragon first down. Neither quarterback has been sacked tonight. And that is rare. Joe Dazzo whipped on the tackle. Have you ever seen Joe Dazzo miss a tackle?
1st and 10.
Wow.
Your villain, 43-yarder.
1st and 10 of the 43-yard line. Out of the eye. Zuli swings it outside. Pass caught by Snowden. And Dazzo says, I may miss one, but best assured, I'm not going to miss another one. 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. This has been back and forth the whole second half. It was 16-13 at the break.
2nd and 6.
DC had the lead. Baltimore has outscored the Dragons 13-7 in the second half. In a back and forth affair that has lived up to the game of the week billing. 2nd and 6, the handoff goes to Snowden, and Snowden will lose a yard. How about Baltimore's run defense in the second half?
No gain on the play.
It's been pretty solid, still 167 for Snowden on the night, not too shabby.
3rd and 6 from your villain, 46-yarder.
How will this end? It's been a good one. 3rd down and long. Zuli throws right side. Caught! First down! Just a little bit. Didn't that remind you of the SFL championship game 4th down conversion? To Revan. 1st and 10 of the Crab 47. Another clutch throw from Zach Zuli.
1st and 10.
That lone blemish, that one interception. In the red zone, and that was big. Zuli straight back, flips it out. Snowden, lots of room to run, and Snowden's back is bent for a 9-yard pickup. I am really surprised at how quiet Greg Corky is tonight. Credit Alexander Brown. He's had a phenomenal game. Chris Braun also very quiet for the Dragons offensively. Bostwick's had a good night. Three receivers, hand off to Snowden up the gut. Oh, nice tackle, but Snowden daps the ball ahead of the stick for a first down to the 37-yard line. Nice job by Snowden. Putting the ball forward and moving the chains. Don't forget, coming up the SFL post-game show, we'll have highlights from the other two games and analysis of all three here tonight. That's coming up here on the SFLN 1. Corky to the bottom of the screen, Zuli to throw, opposite direction. Revan off his hands, dropped it. Revan targeted now 6 times, 3 catches. That's his first drop of the night. That could be a big one. 2nd and long now for the Dragons, just outside of field goal range. They need a field goal to tie.
2nd and 10 from the Badgers, 36-yarder.
Split back, hand off Snowden, and Snowden wrapped up. It's just a 2-yard gain. That clock will keep moving. 3rd down and 8. Be about a 50-yarder from here. Howard has had a pretty good night for that Baltimore defense.
3rd and 7.
Taking Henry Hittner's old number. Henry Hittner didn't get signed by anybody this offseason. He led the Crabs in tackles last year. Dazzo just that lone star now up front for the Crabs. 3rd down and 8 at the 34. 6:25 to go. Back to pass Zuli. Look at the time for Zuli. That pass is caught by Corky. First down. Baltimore getting absolutely no pressure on Zuli tonight. He is just hanging out back there. Baltimore's challenging the catch. A little surprised. That easily looked like a catch on the sideline. First challenge of the night. And they got the 1 foot in bounds. These refs can be finicky on these sidelines sometimes. This call should stand.
Review, the pass has been ruled incomplete. The catch was made out of bounds.
Wow.
The Badgers will not be charged with a timeout.
Baltimore wins the challenge. And maybe it is 2 feet in bounds. What is a catch? These refs just can't seem to make up their mind. And DC, instead of trying to tie the game with a 50-yard field goal, is electing to punt the ball. Wow. Trusting in their defense. Baltimore nearly blocked it. And the punt is angled out of bounds beautifully right at the 10-yard line, and it bounces out at the 9. So DC not wanting to give up field position, going to try to pin the Crabs deep.
First and 10 from the Badgers, 10 yards.
DC does not have a star kicker. They did not want to give up field position in such a tight contest. I can see it. And the swing out to Bishop. That pass is caught. Boy, what a quiet half for Bishop. Had that one big catch. With Baltimore, his looked really good here in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Oh, Destro always calling out games when there's plenty of time left. Out of the eye, offside. Free play here for Snyder. He gets around the left side, and Snyder will be short of the first down. The offside should give it to him. Penalty-wise, we've seen a lot of mistakes here tonight. We've seen a holding, face mask, a few offsides.
Neutral zone infraction, number 97, defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
So it actually will not give Baltimore the first down. It'll be 2nd down in inches. So final scores tonight, Tallahassee and Cleveland get victories. Another congrats out to Frank Gooden Jr., Ronnie Nickens, and Chris Davis for their early season accomplishments. A long way to go. 2nd and inches. Snyder's got a first down and gets 8 overall. Ambush and Oakenshield combined for the stop. 44 yards on 11 carries for Snyder tonight. There's no doubt about it. He's fresh out there. And will that freshness help the Crabs run out the clock? 5 minutes to go. They lead the Dragons 26-23. Nearing 50 viewers here yet again, and a dramatic conclusion to this one. Dazzo back to pass, flips outside, knocked away, and Bishop tried to corral it, but an excellent job by DJ Greenwood. Greenwood and Porter have not gotten a lot of press tonight. They've certainly had better games, but a nice play there by DJ. 2nd and 10 for Baltimore.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 28-yard line.
Two in the backfield, out at bottom of the screen. Snyder takes the handoff, and Snyder does what he can. Gets about 2. Porter on the tackle. Tough sledding for Snyder tonight. There's just that when he has had the opportunities, there just hasn't been a lot of room. 3rd down and 8 4:35 remaining. SFL postgame show coming up at the conclusion of the game. 3 receivers, Dazzo back to pass. Dazzo fires down the field, off the hands of the receiver, nearly caught by Baltimore, but the pass is incomplete. Strong couldn't come up with it, and the DC Dragons get a stop. The fullback, the intended target, and that has really been the only problem for Mike Dazzo on a very good night against a tough Dragon defense. These receivers have dropped 4 or 5 passes. Bishop even has one. Otherwise, he's been fantastic. 4th and 8. Crabs will punt it away. All the time in the world. 26-23 Baltimore here on opening night. The game of the week. And if you liked what you've seen tonight, we're going to be doing it all season long. Make sure to follow the channel and tell your friends. What a phenomenal night, and we appreciate all of your support. And I hope after not hearing me for a few months, I haven't let you down on the commentary. First and 10 at the 36. Dragons down by 3. Zuli to pass to Snowden out of the backfield. He's got some space, and Howard again wraps him up. That's a 7-yard pickup. And Butler getting physical out there with Braun, I believe. Under 4 minutes to play, 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 from your villain, 43-yard.
2nd down and 3. Hand off Snowden. There's another penalty. Is that offside on Baltimore again? Oh my goodness.
Number 91, defense,
Zuli, the hard count extraordinaire tonight. That sets up a 1st down for the Dragons. Just can't make those type of mistakes.
1st and 10. Ball at the 48-yard.
1st and 10 at the 48. Just shy of midfield for the Dragons. Who's going to come away with a much-needed 1st divisional victory? And Butler, I believe, comes up and makes the stop on Snowden. Excellent job by Ty Butler. He's had a solid debut for Baltimore, and it's 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12. Ball at the 46-yard.
2nd down and 12. Zuli looking around, fires. Oh, dangerous throw, but that's caught. 10-yard pickup. That was B.A. Bostwick, who's really had a solid night for the Dragons. Porky just 6 grabs, 64 yards on 8 targets. He has been really the surprise quiet man tonight besides Snyder offensively. 3rd down and 2. Zuli back to pass, throws it deep, and the pass is knocked away and incomplete. Gage on the coverage. 2:32 remaining, a 4th down in Baltimore territory. All 3 timeouts left for the Dragons. I wouldn't be surprised if DC tried to pin him deep. They've had good defense on Snyder all night. 4th down and 2, they'll punt it away. Dragons trusting in their defense. They have not forced a turnover all night, which is really surprising. Punt is away. Can they pin Baltimore inside the 10? The ball will bounce at the 6, at the 2, and he went into the end zone. Late game execution. Both teams a little nervous. And Elliott Snyder, who has struggled all night, can he finish him off?
1st and 10 from the Badgers, 20-yard.
2:25 to go. In the fourth, handoff to Snyder. Snyder spins off a tackle, bounces off of another. Falcone eventually brought him down and stretches it out to the 24, 2nd and 6.
Number 58, credited with the tackle.
Coming up on the 2-minute warning, Dazzo 374 yards tonight. And we've hit the 2-minute warning. If you missed any of the action on the other games, we'll have highlights for you coming up on the post-game show. Don't go anywhere. Following the conclusion of this wild one, as Baltimore is protecting a 3-point lead, 26-23. 2 in the backfield on a tight set here for Dazzo and the Crabs. Linebackers shift for DC. Handoff goes to Snyder. Snyder got a little bit of space, got 4. Dragons will burn their first time out. 3rd and 2 for Baltimore. What a game. I tell you, it comes down to this. I'm not sure if Baltimore gets the first down that DC is going to be able to get the ball back. 3rd down and 2. Federal Financial Stadium rises to their feet. DC showing a blitz. They bring it. Snyder's got a first down and a face mask on top of it from Trevelyan. And the Crabs may have just sealed the victory.
Face mask, number 6.
And a personal foul face mask, I believe. Wow, 15-yard penalty on Trevelyan. Moves the ball up close to midfield. But the face mask penalty does not appear to be running any time off the clock. Trevelyan really did grip it. If that is the case, that could have saved DC. That could have saved him this game. They stopped the clock. So the Dragons still have 2 timeouts and the game is not over, folks. I thought the clock would keep running there, but you learn something new every day. Snyder lost a yard and the Dragons call a timeout. It's just never over in this league, is it? Oh, I got people in the chat saying it's game. I can't believe it. After all the football you've watched on this channel. Second down and 11 at the 48. Dazzo's going to throw, and Dazzo right side. It's caught by Bishop. 15-10, 5, and Bishop again is the hero. A gutsy, aggressive call. Elijah Bishop having one heck of a night opposite Demetrius Outdat in his Baltimore Crab debut. A stunner as the Crabs take the shot, and it pays off against the defending champs. Wow. No timeouts for the Dragons. An unbelievable performance. At the conclusion of the game, give us a chance to get set up for our post-game show. It'll take about 3 minutes. And we'll wrap up a wild night of SFL action.
2nd and goal from the Badgers. 5-yard.
Another kneel down here for the Crabs. So Baltimore will go 1-0. Dragons start 0-1. But remember, DC was 5-3 heading into the season, or into the postseason, I should say, last year. And this is one of the more memorable wins for the Baltimore Crabs franchise that has won a lot of games in the regular season, none in the postseason. If they play like they did tonight, that's going to change this year. A phenomenal game Congrats to both Jermaine Smith and Tim Johnston for giving us one heck of a game to watch tonight in the season opener. A fantastic night all across the league. Unfortunately had some difficulties in the Cleveland-San Francisco game for a while, but heard they got worked out, so that's good stuff. An impressive debut for Mike Dazzo and the Baltimore Crabs, 26-23. The post-game show is coming up next.
That's the end of regulation. Score is now Badger 26, North Villain 23.
Welcome to the SFL postgame show. The Baltimore Crabs defeat the DC Dragons tonight, 26-23. I'm going to break down some stats for you. Mike Dazzo tonight was impressive. 32 of 42, 421 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Elijah Bishop was unstoppable. 10 catches, 259 yards, 1 touchdown. He was just phenomenal. Big play after big play, and that clutch throw and catch on that final drive for the Dragons, or for the Crabs, I should say, pushes them over the edge. Alexander Brown, it's not going to show up in the stat sheet much, but 5 tackles, 2 passes defended, and an interception. He was terrific on that Baltimore Crab defense. Zach Zulli, 23 of 35, 208 yards, no touchdowns and a pick. Decent night, but not great for Zulli. Snowden finishes with 23 carries, 178 yards, and 2 scores. Corky, 6 catches for 64 yards. Let's take a look at what happened around the league. Tallahassee, Dallas. You know, Mick Hardcastle got all the hype. Welcome Dwayne Lane into the storyline. That was his second touchdown of the first quarter. Tallahassee would go up 21-0 on the expansion Dallas Law. Dallas would close the gap, down 21-7 here. West looking for Logan. It goes off his back, and Gavin Hawk picks it off. And there he goes. Shot out of a cannon. 30, 20, he gone. And Dallas has nearly erased their deficit. 21-14, still late in the first quarter. 24-17 now when Dwayne Lane goes untouched like a husband who forgot to do the dishes. That's his 3rd touchdown of the day, and Tallahassee would go up 31-17 before the end of the first half. Lane enjoying himself late in the ball game. Tallahassee all over it. West Logan, that's his first touchdown. Tallahassee puts up 50. They win 50-31. Dallas 0-1. So the Pride beat the Law 50-31. At one point it was 50-17. Let's take a look at the numbers. Murdoch Mock, he really had to carry a lot of the load because Dallas, who was hoping to rely a lot on Mick Hardcastle, had to go to the passing game quite quickly as they fell behind 21-0. 42 of 54, 262 yards, just 4.9 yards per attempt for Mock, and that's because, look at the graphic underneath, Hardcastle caught 23 passes for 97 yards. Dallas is going to have to get their receivers more involved. Hardcastle ends his night with 16 carries, 115 yards, and did score a rushing touchdown from 1 yard out. Gavin Hawk in his rookie debut had a 60-yard interception return for a score. That is his first touchdown of his career. Alexander West, 19 of 24, 279 yards, 2 touchdowns, but did throw 3 picks. Dwayne Lane, 27 carries, 258 yards, and 4 touchdowns. The 258 yards and the 4 touchdowns are career highs for Lane. Dolman, Kidd, and Jennings all had over 80 yards receiving for the balanced Tallahassee Pride, who looked really good tonight against the expansion Dallas Law. Cleveland and San Francisco from beautiful California. The Vipers scored on their first 2 possessions. They would not score on their third. Right, picked off by the big fella. And look at him go. Inside the 10, down to the 4-yard line. Tuiasosomo would punch it in 2 plays later. It's still 14-7, late third quarter. San Francisco punting it away here. Cleveland on the return. Trouble is coming. That's a fumble, and that's a San Francisco recovery. The second turnover by the Vipers on their own side of the field in this game sets up the Bulldogs pretty. Very next play, Dwayne Drew, Donald Miller, touchdown San Francisco. We're tied just like that at 14. San Francisco would tack on a field goal to take the lead, but Chris Davis and the Vipers bounce right back with a big touchdown. 8 minutes to go, they take the lead 21-17. It was Davis's second touchdown of the day. He finished with nearly 100 yards. Cleveland punts it away. Last gasp for San Francisco. They have no timeouts, returning for the 29, and the Bulldogs caught the game away with a fumble on their punt return. Cleveland holds on 21-17. So the Cleveland Vipers get their first win of the season, 21-17 in a wild game. The two teams combined to turn the ball over 8 times, and Cleveland held on despite just scoring once in their final possessions. They scored touchdowns on their first 2 possessions. Caleb Wright finishes 17 of 30, 249 yards, but threw 4 picks tonight. Chris Davis, the player of the game, 25 carries, 97 yards. He scored twice. Rookies for the Vipers, Stevie T. Diggs and Jermaine Johns both had interceptions tonight against the rookie Dwayne Drew. And Drew finished 13 of 22, just 121 yards. San Francisco got to get their pass game going in week 2. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Tuiasa Sopo really ineffective. 30 carries, 74 yards, did score. Miller had just 3 grabs, 45 yards, 1 touchdown. That'll do it for us, folks. Your final score tonight in the game of the week: Baltimore 26, DC 23. This has been your SFL post-game show, and this has been one heck of a fun night. We hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be doing it again all season long. Visit simulationfl.com post-game for box scores and all the discussion on the message boards. We've had a blast, everyone, and we hope you have too. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. I am Cameron Irvine, saying good night from Federal Financial Stadium in D.C. and from our SFL headquarters. Thanks to Kyle Walsh for keeping us updated throughout the night. Good night, everybody.